Good evening, race fans, and welcome back to another night of high-octane action at WFO Network. It's Twisted Tuesday again in WFO Xfinity Series, presented by RGC Mortorsports. I can't speak tonight. It's turning both left and right tonight as we head into Watkins Glen International for 60 laps of road course warfare. 6 races are in the books, and 6 different winners have risen on the occasion. Adam Matz opened up the season in Daytona, Andrew Wagner took in Kansas, Keaton Tripp in Vegas, Dakota Floyd took Charlotte, Brandon Showers took Richmond, and Junior Harville claimed victory last week in Atlanta. The standings, Adam Matz continues to lead the championship with 245 points, but Chuck Sweeting and Jerry Cochran are still within striking distance. Ricky Fagone, Jacob Daniels, and Tommy Haynes round out the fierce top 5. Separated only by a handful of points as the season rolls into the technical stretch. Watkins Glen is a track that tests patience and precision. One mistake can cost you everything. Expect strategy, braking, duels, and maybe a little bump and run, even with the corners. Bump and run through the bus stop as drivers fight for every inch of Watkins Glen's 3.4-mile track. So buckle those belts tight. It's week 7 in Twisted Tuesday Xfinity Series. Let's make those turns count, and we will be right back after this.
Light the flame, we don't back down, we play this game. Wheel to wheel, it's skill and pride. We're racing clean with fire inside. Every turn a test of guts, fast and fair, no ifs or buts. Respect runs deep in every lane. We fight for wins, not for fame. Precision rules the track right here. Built on sweat, built on gear. Pushing hard but never low. Side by side we let it go. WFO, why freaking open, steal the show. Brotherhood on every lap, no cheap shots, no dirty taps. WFO, legends racing, friendships grow. Full send, all in, let it flow. This is WFO. It ain't just wins, it's how we stand. We lift each other hand in hand. From practice nights to final flags, we've got each other's backs. Hard racers, clean lines, sharpen steel through battle times. No ego, no shame, just honor in the name. WFO, wide freaking open, let it roll. Chasing greatness every show with the best you'll ever know. WFO, racing hard and keeping true. There's no other league like this crew. This is WFO. When the lights drop and the engines roar, this is where champions are made. WFO Racing League, wide freaking open. WFO,
Go. Welcome back to week 7. Got guys out there qualifying right now. Got about another minute and a half of qualifying to go. And these gentlemen have battled each other. It's open qualifying, so all of them are out there battling each other. There's been a couple that have taken each other out here. We'll see how that affects the qualifying. "60 laps here tonight. They will be going right, they will be going left. Something they are not used to. With this track as big as it is, we expect that the guys will spread out some. So we'll see how that ends up playing out as we get through the night. Ooh. There's a 70 of Burt Wilson. And there you got Austin Wagner. Driving through the pits, literally. That is going to do it for qualifying. We're going to get our lists together here. See where everybody's going to be placed. We got 24 cars out here tonight. All right. So we will go through your starting grid We're going to have some time to get through this, because it is 3.4 miles to get around one lap. Actually, I don't know how this starts. So, we'll go through this. We got Keaton Tripp. Good up there, Brazen. Come on. All right. Keaton Tripp is going to be your starting spot tonight, with Adam Matz to his outside. You got the 31 of Richard Holland in third place tonight, with Chuck Sweeting next to him in fourth. And moving into the next row, you got Austin Wagner in fifth place, with LZ Daly starting sixth in that number 6. Glen Jameson in the 63 will be starting 7th tonight, with Ray Polking in the 5 starting in 8th. Jerry Cochran in that 92 will be starting 9th place tonight, with Aiden Young in the 69 starting 10th. Garrett Helmlinger will be starting 11th in the 88, with Vern Bradley to his outside in the 12th spot in that number 14. Mike McCauley will be starting 13th in that 81, with Randy Showers in the 21 starting in 14th. Ricky Fagone will be starting in 15th in the number 10. TJ Lee will be starting in 16th in the 34. Tommy Haynes is going to start in 17th spot in that 17 car. Brandon Showers in the 23 will be starting in 18th. Burt Wilson in the number 70 will be starting in 19th place, with Jacob Daniels starting in 20th in that 72. Travis Smith will be starting in 21st spot tonight in that 67, with John Sanu in the 86 starting 22nd. John Wimbish in the 56 will be starting 23rd, and Mike Mitchell is going to round out your track tonight in 24th spot, running that number 2. So that has been your starting grid presented by Grayson Jade Photography. Grayson Jade Photography, based in Virginia, capturing stories nationwide. Learn more at GraysonJadePhotography.com. So as these guys make their way around the track for this for this first starting lap behind the pace car, kind of get a layout of the track, and we're going to get this thing to stop bouncing around the cars here. Going around the bus stop. So you can just kind of see the layout of this track. It is a large track. It is a long track. It could be longer. So it'll be interesting to see how this all works out, how the gaps play out, who's going to end up where. There are no cautions tonight. So it'll be 60 laps straight through. Pace car is down. We're green, 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 and we're going to take off Keaton Tripp with a huge jump. We're going to see if we can sit here in turn 1 and see if anybody goes into the wall right away. It looks like everybody made it through. Follow along here. We got Keaton Tripp in the lead, Adam Manson second, Richard Holland third, Chuck Sweeting fourth. Austin Wagner is going to round out your top 5. Adam kind of keeping up there at the bus stop. Coming into the last curve to complete the first lap around the track. See Keaton getting a little loose there on that corner. Let's hop onto the drone here in this corner and see what we can. That camera is not what I was expecting for that. So far, everybody seems to be doing okay. There's only a few people that have shifted spots. That gap between second and third is already up to a 1.3. So depending on how this goes, it may be more of a mission of keeping it out of the wall than it will be anything else. Go ahead and hop into see how the steering is going around these. Loose there coming out of that corner. I'm gonna drive into the 90. A lot of fighting on that steering wheel. That much fighting of the steering wheel is going to make a person tired by the end of the race. Go ahead and jump up with the leader and see how his driving's doing compared to. Back into the 90 again. See, its steering's all over the place, so I imagine when we get into the victory here at the end, Talking to these guys, I would imagine they're going to talk about how tired their arms are. Meantime, that gap between these two, or between, well, the gap between these two is a 0.4. The gap between Adam and Richard now is over a 2-second gap. Moving back, you got Richard right here, currently in third place with Chuck Sweeting on his tail. About a 0.2 gap between those two right there. Then moving a second back, you got Austin Wagner. Then you go another 2 seconds back, and you got Glen Jameson. Right there in the Voodoo Ranger. You got Jerry Cochran right here, just made a pass. See LZ Daly going wide. That's going to let Ray Polking around. Looks like Garrett's starting to make his way in the back there. What's going on, Denise? We've got the battle between the 5 and the 6 right now for 8th spot. Here, Ray Polking, LZ Daly side by side there, coming into the corner. Going on the straightaway, crossing the start-finish line and getting up into the 90. Garrett Hellman are going to move to the outside and try and get around LZ. Garrett's going to bounce outside just a little bit. Lose a little space, and that's going to allow... Didn't see who that was there. That's going to allow Vern to make a move on the inside there. Vern getting a little loose on that last little stretch there, though. That's going to make Garrett get back in front of him. Vern's going to push and try and get back inside. Inside's not a great spot for this this bus stop area here, but Vern's going to try and make it work. He's going to squeeze it, and he's going to go. Moving back, you got Garrett Hellminger right here in 11th spot. Vern just moved in 10th. You got Aiden Young behind him. Trying to make that spots work for him. Mike McCulley's got his Little Mermaid car back out there again tonight. Under the Sea in LG Green. You got the 21 Randy Showers coming up behind him, wanting to make a move. We see that gap gaining back again, so different strategies for different guys, different angles. Now, Mike was telling me before the race, he says he was going to make a bet to see, he was going to make a bet with the chat to see what the over-under was on him, how many laps he was going to finish. He figured he'd be in the corner in the first wall. However, we are on lap 9, and he is still going. So he has not gone into the wall yet. He's doing better than he thought he would. Here we go, moving back. We got Randy Showers right here in 14th spot. Moving on back, we got Ricky Fagone right here in 15th. He's about a second and a half behind Randy. Then another 1.2 behind Ricky, you got TJ Lee. You got Tommy Haynes back here, another second and a half back from there, with Brandon Showers right behind him. And moving way back, you got Jacob Daniels. About a 6-second gap behind Brandon. There you see Travis Smith right there with him, trying to make some moves. Burt Wilson right there. John Wimbish behind them, so you got that group right there, and then you got Mike Mitchell. Mike Mitchell running right here. Right now, it looks like this is your battle right now, right here. Right here, right now. Hayden sticking to that inside. He is going to make that pass. Hayden's going to make that pass. He's going to try and make his way up the burn. Ryland's voting for Keaton. Moving up front here, we got that battle for first still going on. Not a super hot battle, probably trying to manage tires and fuel. But they do have a good lead in front of third place. It's about a 2-second gap right now. For those of you who may be wondering, next week we will be off, as it is Thanksgiving. Then week 8, December 2nd, we will be here in Michigan. Not we will be here, we will be in Michigan. Michigan International Speedway. Then December 9th, we'll be in Pocono. The tricky triangle. December 16th, we will be in Dega. And that will round out the season. Then we'll kick into our season championship races, which will start in January. So December 16th will be the last race of the season for this year. We'll be back in January with the championship races. There will be 5 of them. And they will be at Bristol, January 6th. January 13th, we will be in Texas. January 20th, we'll be in Milwaukee. January 27th, we will be in Homestead, Miami. And we will round out the championship series in Daytona. So, on February 3rd. So that is the full season schedule. For the rest of the season schedule. Currently, as we look at points, Adam Matz has 245, and he has a commanding lead right now. Commanding lead for first, he's at 245. Chuck Sweeting is in second with 201. So that just shows you how big of a gap that is between Adam and Chuck. Still a lot of races yet to go. Adam could get smashed out and, you know, not get high points, or he could just take off the rest of the season. Or he could just keep doing what he's doing and just keep leading everything. So once you get into second place, then it gets a little trickier because you got 201 goes Chuck Sweeting. Jerry Cochran has 197 points. Ricky Fagone has 191. Jacob Daniels has 183. Tommy Haynes also has 183. And Keaton Tripp has 181. So second to seventh place, it's only a 20-point gap. And once we get into that, they update the points and the chase points start. Going back up here, we do still have Keaton Tripp in the lead. Adam Matt's behind him. Richard is 3 seconds back now. Let's see if we have anybody close to each other that might be challenging. Not sure if something happened or not, but it looks like Bert might be out for the evening already. We are a quarter of the way through this race tonight. You see them starting to spread out a little bit. You guys don't see it. I don't know if I can add it for you guys or not. Let's see. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what we can do. And let's also there's your closest battle right now. Look at Cully trying to make a move. saw Randy getting a little wide there. Getting a little girth. Oh! Got Mike going a little sideways there, not sure. Not sure if that was him or see if he had a little bit of a, he just oversteered it, or does look that way. It does look that way. And coming in the corner. So the bounce hits there and just kind of gets loose and manages to stay out of the wall, but is going to lose some spots. You can see those tires starting to get a little loose now. So, Keaton has managed to grow a huge gap between him and Adam. Something must have happened with them also, because Adam is now 2 seconds behind Keaton. Richard is 5 seconds behind Adam. Chuck is 1.5 seconds behind Richard. Austin Wagner is 2.5 seconds behind Chuck. Glen Jamieson is 4.4 seconds behind Austin. As we move through here, it looks like this one might be your closest battle right now. Let's see. this on here for you guys. See if I can get that, if I can get that in a different view. I think I remember how I did that. I think I remember how I did it. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. What's going on, Mama Nikki? Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, so right now we're gonna move this down here while I work on it. There's the track that is everybody right now. There we go. There we go. Now you can see the track where everybody's kind of at. All right. Then we will go back and we will go through the track as it stands right now. Not a lot has changed. There has been some movement, but not a lot. We got Keaton Tripp currently in the lead right now, with about a 4-second gap in front of Adam Matz. Here's Adam Matz right there. Adam Matz is running about 6 seconds in front of Richard Holland, who is in 3rd place. There's Richard right there. Yeah, Chuck Sweeting about 4 seconds behind Richard. You got Austin Wagner in 5th place right there, about 2 seconds behind. We got Glen Jamieson. He is 5.5 seconds back behind Austin. Jerry Cochran right there with him. Currently in 7th place. LZ Daly is in 8th right there at that number 6. Aiden Young back here in 9th spot. Ray Polking right there in 10th. Garrett Helmlinger has managed to get his spot back around Vern. And Vern is now in 12th spot. and touching the wall just ever so gently. Then you got Randy Showers right here in 13th. Ricky Fagone is going to be here in 14th. EJ Lee right behind him in 15th, with Brandon Showers right there in 16th. Then going a ways back, you got Tommy Haynes right here in the 17th. He is currently in 17th, and he's pulling into the pits right now. So he is either doing a pit stop or he is not having a good night. So that's going to move Travis Smith into 17th place. And he is currently 20 seconds behind 16th place. So there's quite a gap between this and the rest of the pack. You can see the leaders are starting to catch up to these guys and starting to lap them around. Then you got Jacob Daniels right here. He is currently in 18th spot. John T. Wimbish is going to be your last vehicle. It looks like last vehicle that is out there. Looks like everybody else is now parked. So Mike McCulley, Tommy Haynes, Mike Mitchell, and Burt Wilson have parked it for the evening. Now I did see it looked like somebody may have crashed, so let's take a little look-see at that, and yep, that is gonna do it for you. That is gonna be Mike McCulley's night right there. See it, there's Mike Mitchell's. He pulled off and parked it. That was the same corner that he went off in earlier. So we'll jump back up here, go to the end of the session. Look behind him, you can see there's nobody behind him anymore. There's Adam Matz way back. Looking frontwards, you see he's catching. He's catching up to, let's see, that is the 67 of Travis Smith. Mr. John Sanu, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
How's it going?
Good, good. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. We're just watching some cars run around left and right on a track.
Yeah, I was watching Jacob for a while run. But yeah, I see some. We've had some people disconnect already.
Yeah, we have 4 down already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fickle track. This track will get the blood pressure going. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to run some laps here. It's be frustrating.
I have not.
Yeah.
You know, this is one thing I will be honest. So, I've watched a lot of races in these kind of tracks. You know, NASCAR, Indy, all that stuff, and trying to drive them, I am not good at the turning. Like, getting the estimation for the turning. I'm not good at it. I need a lot of practice to do it. But so I give anybody that does these tracks credit, because I've watched, especially when you get into some of those really big road courses that the Indy cars do and stuff, and those rally cars and whatnot.
Yeah.
To get the timing down on when to get ready to turn and the shifting, and yeah, not for me.
Yeah, and it's so much different than an oval, right? The braking is different. If you have to brake hard, you don't want to be turning at all. You know what I mean? You can only have so much brake when you're turning, otherwise it doesn't turn well. It's almost backwards of what you would think it is. You don't want to have too much brake. You want to sort of slow down first, then turn into the corner. You know, it's really weird. I struggle with it. I'm okay. I've pulled a couple wins, luckily, here in WFO over the years. But it's a whole different mindset than, you know, what you think. You gotta switch off what you think with oval, where you're braking into the corner a little as you're turning. It's a whole different skill set that I have yet to grasp fully at all. So yeah, the biggest thing too, I was talking to Jacob. The biggest thing for he's the same way. He's just okay, so he's back, I think, in the 19 class. I love him.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just coming off pit road now. It's just try to keep it on the track, you know, keep it clean, and attrition should get you some spots, because it's surprising. All it takes is go off track a little bit. He blew one corner coming in turn one. He accidentally dropped it into first and almost spun out. And it was a 3.5 second difference with that corner. So it's just being smooth, being consistent. And so that was the game plan going tonight for Jacob, was just get on the track, you know, and just hope cars wreck out, fall out, you know, and try to grab some spots there. Because, yeah, it's a whole different skill set, man, than anything else.
Yeah, and that's
and
what we saw.
That's what I would guess.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sounds like you had
That's what we kind of saw with Mike McCulley, who came around a corner and he lost it earlier going around the corner, and then later on he lost it even harder, and well, he's now out for the night because he hit that wall hard. So
yeah, and that's the thing. And then plus you cook your tires, you start missing some, you gotta lock them up, and it makes a bad scenario worse. So yeah, that's the biggest thing, and that's what's costing me a lot, is I try overdriving a corner, you miss, you hit the wall, now you've got crazy damage, or it makes it worse, like what happened to Michael, and then second time was enough to knock him out. So it's an interesting thing, road course racing. You definitely need, well, like you said, you tried it. It's just really, it's not like anything you would think. You just gotta, like I said, the biggest thing is don't have a lot of brake on. That wall stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting, frustrating thing. It's like golf, kind of. You enjoy it, but it's so frustrating. By the end of it, you're just glad there's a beer cart.
What's going on, B&B? Yeah, I know we were riding around in the cockpit with a couple of these guys, watching and trying to keep it straight and steering, and bouncing off of those rumble strips, and there's a lot of steering going on, and I imagine by the end of the race, when we talk to the guys in the interviews, they're going to say that their arms are probably tired.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweating going on. LZ, I'm guessing, hasn't pitted yet. Oh no, he had. Sorry,
it looks like everybody has now.
Oh, they have? Okay.
Looks like Keaton has 1 lap on his tires. Adam's got 2, and Richards is 2, and Austin's at 3. Let's see. There's a lot of gaps between a lot of guys, and it looks like our closest gap right now is going to be between Ricky and Randy at a 0.5.
Yeah, and by the way, that 0.5 gap is 50 seconds behind first place. That's how much you get spread out here with guys that have it, guys that have it, guys that have it. That's a huge difference.
Well, that's why with the stream, I added the track on this one so you could see just how far away everybody is, because with this track, it's everybody gets spread out and you have no clue how far they actually are until you can kind of see them on that that layout. So
yeah, you're only going to get one car per shot. No matter what camera view you have. Adam's doing a pretty good job. He's only 3 seconds back. That's not bad on 33 laps so far. That's not too far out.
Brandon just went into the wall. That might be it for him. Take a little rewind and see what he did there. It looks like he missed the corner and into the wall he went.
Who was that, Brandon?
Yep. Yep, he went hard into that corner and right into that.
Yeah, I just locked up the rears, it looks like. Yeah, like I said, that's how quickly that can get away from you. And then, yeah, then he just went ahead and towed because he hit, even though there's tires there, that's enough to kill your race. And that's the funny thing, right? There's only, it's not like a crazy long road course, but it's still very damaging. It can be very damaging for you.
Well, I think, so that's 2 that I've seen that have crashed out. Brandon crashed out, Michael crashed out. Tommy, Mike, and Bert, I'm not sure what happened with them, but I know Mike was getting lapped early on, so he might have said, I'm just going to get out of everybody's way, and went home for the day. And
yeah, I know Bert was back with Jacob when I was spotting for Jacob for a while there, and he looked okay though. I mean, his car didn't look bad, so unless I might have missed it, because he got out
13 laps in, it looks like. So
yeah. And that's the thing though, right? All it takes is one bad corner. You've seen it now twice, and it'll just literally. It's not quite like catching the wall coming out of the corner, on an oval. For whatever reason, these seem to be a little more terminal. Have contact here.
Keaton just seems to be hitting every spot right, and he's grown that gap between him and Adam up to over 4 seconds now. So
yeah, those two definitely class. And then you look, Richards, 16 back,
16 back.
Awesome back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just once you get past that, there's not much battling going on. It looks like right now our closest battle is between Ricky and Chuck, and that's a second between them. So. And that's growing now. So it's we got we're over halfway. We're at 37 laps currently. Everybody is over a second gap between everybody at least. So not a lot of action going on right now other than just driving the corners and waiting for somebody to either wear their tires out and go to a wall or end of the race. That's about what we're gonna see for the rest of this, I think.
Yeah, did you say you show we're on lap 37?
Yes.
Okay. Why? I'm not sure. Stuck on lap 30. Well, that's peculiar. Well, I am setting up this is a brand new setup for me because it's a computer in my truck. So I built a mini ATX which surprisingly is smaller than a micro ATX, although I think it should be the other way around. But it's a mini ATX, so everything's shoved in this little 12 by 13 by 7 case, and I'm having a little issue with cooling from where I have it, and I've got to add another fan in. So it shut down already once on me earlier, but it seems to be okay now.
Gotcha. Chuck has managed to catch up to Randy. He's going to make a pass right here.
That's why. I think I figured out why. If you go to results page, it sort of locks that lap. I started flipping around different guys. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Oh.
I show lap 38. Is that what you show now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's what it was. Well, technical difficulty for the new guy. But yeah, I'm watching Keaton. If you watch him, that seems to be always the trick of road course. It's just nice and smooth. Don't try to wheel it too much. Try to be nice and smooth inside the tires. Patience is big here. Not overdriving it. That's obviously showing Keaton what he's doing here. But over 5 seconds now over Adam.
Pushing it up to 6 here in a moment, looks like. Go ahead and hop into cockpit with him and watch him steer around the lap.
Yeah, that long sweeper can, as you can see, gets you a little loose. A little bit of fight in there.
Work his way up to another lap car. So he'll have to battle his way around that as well as the track as he gets up there.
Now, it used to be when you cross over that rumble strip like that, that'd be an incident point. Those aren't showing points this year. They asked about that in the meeting. Apparently they're not, you don't get penalized for that anymore like you used to.
Back with Richard and see how Richard's driving it. Richard is not a fan of these. I think Richard is the one that's not a fan of these courses.
That would be Ricky. I happen to be in the room. That would be Mr. Ricky Fu that was voicing his displeasure with having this track on the schedule.
I think there's a lot of guys that don't like this because I think last season, I think you guys had this one last season too. And
I think so. We run this one a lot.
I want to say that either Chuck or Richard won it last season. And when they got in, they're like, yeah, I don't like road courses, and I somehow managed to win here. And
yeah, I'm not sure. They both have a pretty good level of candor when it comes to that, so it could have been either one. But yeah, we tend to run Watkins a lot. But I will tell you, and I'm not necessarily a huge fan because we run it a lot. I kind of like variety of tracks, but it makes sense to run this track because it's free, right? There's a lot of the road courses you have to pay for, you know, and you know that could be, you know, I know that's one thing that, you know, Vernon and Hal have always been concerned of, and Mike and everybody is, you know, you don't want to have these guys having to dump out, buying for maybe a one-off track that we run once and maybe never come back to. So
yeah,
and everybody runs it enough. It's, you know, everybody has a little bit more of a chance, if you will, to run it decently than to pull like a Coda or anything like that. You know what I mean? It's got a lot more corners, and if you like to focus on ovals, this is probably the best one to come and attempt. I think so. I mean, we've also done, you know, we've run out in California, we've run a couple different tracks here and there, but this one seems to be a staple. But the upside is everybody knows it, so even if you sort of struggle at road courses, you've got a better shot here just because of the repetition, you know, of running it over and over. So,
and as you said, of the road courses, this is probably one of the least corner ones, so it makes it a little bit easier on you.
Yeah, a little bit more forgiving, but yeah, but no, that was definitely yeah. Well, you know, Ricky's not one to hide, pull back on anything, but yeah.
I know we saw him at the beginning during practices, and he smoked the wall pretty hard during that. So
yeah, that might have been intentional. That might have been a suicide attempt. Just to avoid the race. If he wrecks both the cars, he doesn't have to race it. But yeah, it's
speaking
like
of,
I said, it's a staple track. So, oh, you moving over to Ricky? I don't have the broadcast up. I'm still trying to figure out.
No, that's fine.
So, I'm live, but I entered in because I didn't know any other way how to enter in live. So my car probably showed being entered, but.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was like, and then so when you were in initially, I'm like, oh, well, maybe he is actually racing. So that's why I didn't pull you up originally, and then I saw your message just a little bit ago. So.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to put a racing rig in the truck yet. I'm literally in my truck with the dog. Yeah, I don't. Besides all the stuff for the dog, everything else, I don't know if I ever. Jacob sent me a picture of somebody that did design a race rig in his semi truck, but it would take up a lot of room that I don't have. Maybe a couple years down the road when the lady's not with me, when the puppy dog is gone. But right now it's. I've actually seen two. I saw one he set me up, one where a guy actually pulled the passenger seat and mounted his rig where the passenger seat was, so it's permanently affixed.
There you go.
So yeah, now I'm relegated to just running in a Saturday league and stuff, and I've been watching this, and I've been thinking, man, I'd love to put together a rig just for anyone to come in and broadcast, offer any, opinions or anything that I've learned from the tracks over the broadcast. So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and that's the thing. So Ricky's not doing too bad. He's in 12th spot. That's not bad, for someone that has a hatred for the track. Not bad. Plus he's got that's Ray right in front of him, so that's a position.
Yep. So what I'm hearing is if we want an entertaining interview, we should get him as driver of the day and pull him up into the booth.
Oh, just to get an opinion of how the track felt today. Absolutely. Ricky, you weren't necessarily driver of the day, but we figured that the driver for this track to describe how you felt the track feels. What are your thoughts? Thoughts on the track? Maybe put out a little parental warning first before asking.
Yeah, if there are young ears around, before we pull Ricky into the booth,
be warned.
Please mute your stream right now.
Listener discretion is advised. No, and that's the thing too. If you look through the different times, the actual lap times of the drivers, they're not too far off. It's just a cumulative effect of a 10th here, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths. You blow one corner. We did that with Jacob. He had one bad corner. It wasn't like he got completely out of shape and lost it. He just overdrove a corner a little bit, had to check up. It was almost a second. Sorry, a second and a tenth on that lap. So if you have somebody that can shave a 10th here, it's unbelievable the difference. If you look at qualifying, short of the top two guys that are crazy fast, or three guys, you're looking at a second and a half. That's not a lot of time for this whole track. They're only a second and a half faster. It's a couple good corners or a couple bad corners. Either way, so.
And speaking of Jacob, it looks like he is shaving down some time there on John to make a. Looks like he's actually gonna making a move here in a moment. Get that gap down to a 0.3.
Yeah, last lap it looks like John was a 16.349 to Jacob's 15.944. And I know Jacob, we talked a lot about just being smooth, not sliding the tire, just being consistent, and try to get some long run consistency out and just not overdoing the tires and just hoping everybody else would just sort of cook the tires a little bit more. So, yeah, it looks like he might try to give him a run there.
Definitely interesting to watch some of these guys take the different angles and slightly different routes on the corners, and some are going in harder than others and wider than others, and
yeah, and that's the trade-off, right? If you come in a little bit faster, you're a little bit faster coming in, but then you might lose a little off. One guy might back up the corner a little bit, come in a little bit easier, but then get that drive off, you know. And that's the thing, especially here. I know Jacob's going to be just trying to find a good spot to get around him. But then you've also got Garrett in 8th coming around him, so Jacob will probably see that and get out of his way and give up his chase for, yeah, I see he's going a little bit high to let Garrett through.
Yep.
So probably hoping that Garrett will catch John at a bad spot for John, and John gets out of his way.
Other than that, right now, there's not a lot of other stuff going on. It does look like Ricky's starting to close a gap between him and Ray, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some guys that are close.
Ricky was down to a 0.2. He's got to back up to a 0.5, so it doesn't take much for that gap to grow and shrink on him. So.
Yeah, like I said, you miss one corner, it's half a second. You do have Vern also. Vern looks like he's trying to catch. Is that Garrett in front of him, or is it left? So that's Jacob in front of Vern. And you got Garrett. I like that livery on Vern's car, that Alienware. Looks nice. Sharp. I'm going to assume probably Vern does it. Vern does some amazing liveries for these guys on his team.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, they look pretty sharp.
Definitely a lot different than the McDonald's car that he was running for a while.
Yeah, and then it was the candy crew for a while.
Yep.
I think you came in when they were still running the candy schemes, I believe, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, you had Nerds and what was it? It was Nerds and Swedish Fish and Sweet Tarts was. And Glen was running Sweet Tarts.
Yeah. I tell you, the one thing I do like about the road course, when you do get some cars together, the view in TV1 looks really cool. I really enjoy that, the TV1 view. When you've got enough guys around, and you can actually see you can also see the different lines and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Vern and Garrett, they look like they're about a second and a half apart. Vern's got some open space in front of him now, so we'll see if we can close that gap.
You know, him and Garrett have been battling off and on throughout the night. So Garrett was behind him at one point, and now he's back in front of him, and
Then you got Austin in 4th and Aiden in 5th. Aiden was a second and a half faster that last lap. Looks like he's starting to, I don't know if Austin's wearing out. Stuff's wearing out or if he had a bad lap.
I'm not sure. I see that that's dropped under a second now between those two, so. Might have just been a bad corner, it looks like, because it looks like he's losing it on the corners again, so.
Yeah, Aiden was 0.3 faster that lap when they crossed the start-finish line.
Got that down to a 0.3 now, so he's definitely chewing away at that gap between them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at LZ. Yeah, Aiden was a 14.698. Austin was a 15.3, so Aiden is definitely gaining on him.
We got 10 laps to go.
Which feels like a lifetime at this track. By the way, if your car's feeling running rough, you just, I guarantee you right now, Ricky is like, just end this effing thing right now.
See, they're on that straightaway. Austin was able to gain a little bit back again up front of Adam, but getting back into the corners, well, that corner, Aiden's losing some more again. So it's kind of a back and forth between those two. It looks like a little bit in the beginning of the stretch, a little bit on the end of the stretch. Changes up who's where.
Yeah, the total lap Aiden was 0.2 faster, but yeah, he definitely, it looks like he got a little aggressive on that last corner there before the straightaway and gave up that gap there. Stretch it, made the gap a little bit bigger. That's the thing, like I said, one corner is all it takes. It's just, it's amazing. LZ 14.9, but LZ's a bit back.
We got Aiden. He's moved up 5 spots. He is almost the biggest mover. He's tied with Travis and John right now. All 3 of them have moved up 5 spots. Chuck is currently the biggest one down. He's gone down 6 spots. So not a good night for Chuck.
Yeah, he has lost the most of the active drivers. I was gonna say Michael lost more, but he's out.
Yep.
Yeah, and Chuck usually I always thought was fairly decent road course. But maybe he was the one who said last year he doesn't really care for road courses. Maybe just kind of like
That might have been. It might have been.
Yeah.
It's interesting how many guys come in here and they come in and say, yeah, I'm not really good at this course usually, and so I'm surprised I'm up here. And it's like, okay, you guys are all saying that every time you're up here.
Yeah, from the podium. Yeah, you know, I don't really care for this track. I don't run well here, but I'll take the win though. It's like, come on.
Aiden making a good run on that one. He got that gap down to a 0.1, but right there in that little bus stop there, he lost it. Gaps back up to about a point. Well, no, it's like at a 4.4, so.
Yeah, he's a little loose. He might be pressed a little bit more. He might have burned a little bit of tire trying to get up to the foot. So like right there, his entry's really good. Oh, he just made good gap there. Austin got.
And it looked like Austin got loose on that one. There he got loose again.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. You know, Aiden might be close enough now that Austin's kind of looking at him a little bit more. You know, and might have missed the entry.
Instead of running the track, he's trying to race the driver.
Yeah. He's trying to watch him. Meanwhile, LZ's just 2.5 seconds behind, just hoping they just touch a little each other and get out of the way. They'll grab the spot.
Yeah, I almost think at this point, unless something happens to the leaders, I think they've pretty much got this locked in. That's about a 30-second gap between. He's got 12 seconds in front of Adam, and then Adam's 21 seconds in front of Richard. So, and then Richard's another 10 seconds in front of Austin. So, with
Yeah, the only spots in contention look like what, 4, 5, and 6, right? Really
pretty much, yeah. Yeah, this right now is your tightest race right now. So everybody else is about a second gap between them or more. So
yeah, the closest one, I mean, maybe Garrett and Vern, but they're inside of each other, but they're still 2 seconds.
back here to Ricky and them guys and see their gaps between them. You can just see there's just a bunch of daylight between everybody.
Yeah, now Jacobs had a good run at John and backed off. Chuck, John, and Jacob are kind of close. Jacob was right on his tail.
I was gonna say Jacob just had a 1.5 second gap, so he closed that right up on him.
Yeah, John was a 17.684 to Jacob's 16.526 last lap. So yeah, he's made some ground.
Aiden must have had a bad lap too, because I see he has now dropped back to over a second behind Austin. So must have got a little loose on one of those corners and fell back a little bit.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the thing. One bad corner, and then it's just you make up all that gap and you blow one corner. It's just so frustrating. I would be willing to bet, short of Keaton, maybe even Keaton, everybody will be glad when this race is over, just because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of mental, trying to stay patient, not get too aggressive with the throttle. Not that they hate the track. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've
I
earned
mean,
it. You know, when you look at this and you think, oh, it's only 60 laps, that's a lot. That's a lot to run 60 here. You know.
And just hopped into the cockpit with Aiden, and I would say that his tires are not happy. We're seeing his steering wheel going well over 90 degrees, it looks like, to make these corners. So it's he's having a heck of a time trying to get it to turn now. So
yeah. Plus, he knows. I'm sure he's looking. He knows he's down to a handful of laps. Of course, Austin's the same way. Austin had a lot of left coming out of that right-hand turn to the straightaway. I just happened to jump into his car, and he had it at 9 o'clock for a second. So, because he knows, one bad corner and Aiden's right on him. So, but yeah, they're definitely, like you said, in 8-2, everybody's trying to get everything out of they can for these last 4 laps out of these tires. So they're pushing to the edge.
go up front and compare with Keaton's driving, see how his turning's looking. Of course, he's got all kinds of room to be able to slow down, and it looks like he's doing kind of the same things. Not as much, but he's got a lot of steering going on too, so.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the tires are worn, it's the end of the run. Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily know he's got a 13-second gap. It's just that's the way he's just got to make sure. And that's part of it too, right? He's got a 13-second gap, but he wants to keep that or build it, because if he does mess a corner, that gives him a little bit of fudge room to recover and not give up the spot. So you really can't back off too much here, because it can be costly. But yeah, he's driving awful aggressive. But that's also what got him up to the 14-second leads.
Yep, 14-second lead, and I think he's pretty much led just about every single lap. So
yeah,
it looks like but one. Nope, he's led every lap. So even when he went into the pits, came back out, he was still leading. So
yeah.
goes LZ. You see him going around, going wide and into the wall, unfortunately for
Did
him.
he just come out of the pits? Did he have to pit again?
I don't believe so. Oh no, he did just come back out of the pits.
I was wondering, that's one thing I noticed with Tommy, when he had pitted, I thought that was less than half. I was wondering if that was gonna, I wonder if some of these guys tried to make the short stop, try to make it. I believe you can make it on one stop.
We only got 3 to go, so we'll find out. Can't imagine that anybody would go into any of the leaders would go into the pits right. Uh oh. Steering wheel's all over the place coming into that corner.
Are you watching Keith?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, I thought he was gonna lose it. At first I thought maybe he was trying to come in as we were talking about to the pits real quick.
That would be the only thing. Get this far, let all the laps, and then crash it right at the end to lose it. It's just, you'd hate to see it, but it wouldn't be the first time it's happened either. So
yeah, well, we've also seen guys win here, get into turn 1 after crossing start finish and start doing a burnout to celebrate, and then get TQ'd because the race isn't over until everybody finishes and crosses the start finish line. Yeah, that happened a couple seasons ago. Yeah, somebody crossed the start finish line, started doing burnouts, and got safe drive.
yep.
Whatever was it? Yeah. By the way, Aiton's back giving it another shot. What do we got? One? Is this last lap? Second to last?
We're still just about last lap.
Yeah, so Aiton's closed the gap. I think that's about the biggest, closest race.
Either that or, well, Jacob's got it back down to a 0.3 and Randy's down to a 0.6. So those are the 3 battles right now that I see. Jacob's back up here on the back of John again.
I see ya. Yeah, they're crossing. Start finish line right.
Aiden up here, he's trying to get up and trying to make his way around Austin, but I don't think he's going to have enough to get up there and do it.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Well, Keaton's got 2 corners left. Go through this last 90. Trying. Oh!
Trying to. Now, hopefully, he doesn't do anything silly.
Yet.
Okay. Yeah. So everybody crosses.
Looked like he was thinking about it.
Yeah, I wondered that he was getting squirrely in the front. I was like, oh, no.
Don't do it yet. Yeah, 14-second gap.
Yeah. Good game by Aiden to go from 10th to 5th. I think that's. Is that the biggest mover?
That is. Well, you got John and Travis also went up 5 spots, so. But as far as top 10, that is the biggest mover.
Actually, John went up 6. 6, right?
For who?
For John Wimbish.
Oh, there. Yep. There it is. There it is. That just changed for me. So yeah, he went up 6 spots, which is weird, but.
But not not bad. Everybody, but it looks like 4 people pretty much finished the race, or a couple guys lapped down. But
Yep.
that's not bad. Only 4 cars. That's not too much attrition for 24 cars to have. Well, 23. That's right. But to have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, 123 not finished. It's not bad. Good. And a good showing too. A lot of times you'll see a lot of guys don't show up to these leagues that I've seen over the years. They don't even bother with road courses. They just take it as a loss and don't even go after it. So
Yeah.
kudos to the guys that show up, and even if they're not going to enjoy it, or have a hard time, they at least show up to participate in the league and put out a good car count for the broadcast and everything.
Yeah, I think in past ones, I think we had like 13 cars, and then they get so spread out, and it's like, okay, well, they're just driving around the track now at this point. So
yeah. Plus it makes it a bigger hit for the guys that don't show up. If you get more cars here, that's that many more guys that are getting points.
Right.
So.
Oh.
But yeah, that's. Was Ricky Fagone driver of the day? Or a special representative, special WFO special representative.
A
good finish, Keaton.
All right.
Adam Richard.
So let me see if I can get. Shot right there. All right. Now go here. And let's see, where's he at? There he is. They might not be ready, but they're coming up here anyways. So Richard Holland, do you got a copy, sir?
I got you.
Well, sir, 60 laps, right and left, steering all over the place. How do you feel?
A 3rd place at a road course for me. Feels like I just won the Daytona 500. No, it does feel like a win, man. I don't know. It's I don't know. I just tried to stay out of trouble, get single file as quick as possible, and then just focus on hitting my marks and basically race the track and not really worry about who was around me or what was going on or what the leaders were doing. I knew I had nothing for Keaton and Adam, so I just kind of ran my own race the whole time and just tried to make sure I hit my marks on every single corner, every single lap, my braking marks and everything. And, I was honestly trying to finish this thing with a 0x, but I ended up driving off the track on my own. Got a 1x there, but yeah, just had a good clean race. Didn't have any issues in front of me. Everybody got out of the way. Yeah, good clean run. 3rd place. Definitely take it. Feels like a win.
Well, I mean, you guys, all 3 of you up front, I mean, you got 1, 2, and 3, and you guys stayed there pretty much the entire race. So that's exactly where you started, and that's exactly where you ended. So it's just we were riding around in with you for a while, and we saw just how hard you guys were steering at times and trying to keep it straight and bouncing around and left and right. It's just like, these guys are going to be tired by the time this is done.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about right after the race there. Like, man, I'm wore out. This thing is hustling this thing around. Didn't have a lot of grip, but yeah, that's kind of what you had to do. But I think pretty much everybody up front had the same race I had. Like I said, just kind of clean and ran their own laps and had a lot good luck, and nothing really happened in front of us or around us. So, yeah, again, like I said, good race, good clean race, and I'm excited. I can't even finish a race in this car this year, so this is my second. I think it's my second top 10 finish even in this car, I think, this year. So feels good to get a podium in this thing, and good finish, good points night, and we'll see what happens here. Where do we go next week?
Next week we are off, but then after that we will be in. Oh, I just had it here.
Michigan?
Yes, Michigan next week.
Yeah. All
Or
right.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Man, Richmond, then Atlanta, and then this place. It's like, ugh, bleh.
Oh, that's one of the things we had talked about during the race too, Richard, was that one of the biggest keys here was just minimize off tracks. Don't blow corners, just try to be smooth and survive. And usually it'll play out how it is, or how it
Yeah.
goes. But
Yeah, it's exactly what I was saying. That was my mindset going in. Just get single file. Doesn't matter where you end up. Whether I stayed third or fourth or fifth, even. Just get single filed out and race the track. Don't race the guys around you. Don't try chasing the guy in front of you. Don't try driving away from the guy behind you. Just hit your marks. Focus on your marks. Hit them. Run your race. Stay on the track. Don't overdrive. Matter of fact, underdrive just a little bit, and you keep it on the track and you'll end up with a decent finish if you're able to do that usually.
yeah, that's one thing we had mentioned is what we were talking about as well, is like everybody, probably even Keaton, is glad to be done with this. As soon as you cross the start finish line, thank God it's over and I survived. It's the biggest takeaway from here, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. From this place, 100%. I mean, I feel like it's been that way the last few weeks. Like I said, we run Richmond, which is a decent little, short track. Don't get me wrong, but it's tough. When you get 35 people on the track, it's tough. And I think people were glad when that race got over. And last week was Atlanta, and that's a absolute shit show. It's you come out of
Yeah.
there and you're like you're really glad that place is over with. It's like, and then here again, same deal. So yeah, I think it's a tough stretch of the schedule. Here, and some guys. I think the guys that ran well beginning of the season and was able to run well through these 3 races right here, I think is key to setting you up for a championship run, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
well, hopefully it turns around a little bit for you, since you've had a bad run there for the last couple weeks. Hopefully it turns around the next couple.
I hope so. I mean, I'm not complaining. It is what it is, but just a lot of bad luck and in the wrong place at the wrong time situations. But we'll keep plugging away, and I think things will turn around, and maybe we can put this thing in victory lane before the season's over. I hope.
well, we hope to see you up here more often. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P3 tonight?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. And we love to go back and watch it. Everybody that runs the league, all the fans that watch, my teammates, Rick and Aiden actually ran with us tonight. He had a decent run, top 5, I think it was, 5th maybe. Yeah, just want to thank all the drivers, everybody that has anything to do with this league. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot.
Alrighty, well, congratulations, Richard, and we hope to see you up here again.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, let's see. Next up, we've got this man right here. They usually come up here. I don't know what they're making me work tonight a little bit. Adam Matz,
Oh,
you
they're
got a
not in the
copy?
driver's room?
No, they're not in the staging room yet.
Well, they get a shorter interview then.
I got you.
Well, Adam, you were trying to keep up with Keaton there, and unfortunately, you didn't have just enough, or didn't have quite enough to keep up with him, but you still maintained and managed to get second place out of this. So, how do you feel?
I feel okay. A little frustrated. I mean, anytime you get beat by 15 seconds, it kind of hurts.
Well,
Yeah,
if
I
it makes
kept
you
up.
feel any better, you ought to look at the other gaps. It
Right.
would kill for a
Well,
15.
yeah, I noticed that too. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty messed up. I can't believe the gaps, the skill gaps there. But wow, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I'm happy I got the fastest lap, so I snuck that in there. So I'll take that. But no, I kept up with him for a while. I'm not sure what he was doing the first half. I think he was just playing with me anyway. Um, and then after the pit stop, I kept the same gap like 4 seconds, and then he just drove away like it was nothing. So I think he had a little bit extra in the tank, actually. But um, I did have a couple of mistakes when I was behind him. Um, there was a particular lap where I just screwed up. I don't know what the heck that was, but like every corner, I just missed it, and I gave up a second or two. And then my Bluetooth on my buttons, my gear shift. So I have paddle shifters,
Mhm.
and the Bluetooth turned off, so I couldn't shift down the front straightaway. So I lost another 2 seconds. so so I was like, I probably just need to chill. So yeah, but
Well, and
I'll
I will
take it. I'm
tell
not
you,
going to complain.
we got into Keaton's car, and even on the last lap, he was driving it like it was the first lap. So he was giving it everything he had. So he
He
wasn't.
almost
I
put it
can
in the
tell you,
wall on the last stretch.
yeah, he almost wrecked on the last one. So yeah,
Well, yeah, well, that would have helped. It may have given me a shot. Uh, it's the only shot I had is if he put it in the wall, I think. Heck, he probably still would have made it to the finish anyway. He was on fire.
yeah, but that was still a good run, though. I mean, I know it was you feel bad about the 15-second gap, but if you look at everybody else, you guys definitely paced the rest of the field for sure. I think there was only 6 cars left on the lead lap at the end of it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it was still a good run.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, there was a couple things I noticed, a couple turns where Keaton was a little bit better, and I don't know, I couldn't really match it. It just seemed like he could get the power down better, particularly on the I don't remember the turn numbers, but the last turn, and then he could get um off to first turn and then go up the hill a little bit quicker. Like I couldn't keep the throttle in it like he could. He gapped me every time there. I would get him back a little bit at the top of the hill, but I had to push it to do that. And I was really just catching up to him on braking a little bit, but somehow he was really much better on the grip off the corners. So yeah, kudos to whatever he got figured out. He's got it figured out for sure.
Well, I mean, second place isn't a bad spot to be. You're the leader of the points right now, I believe. If I look back here, yeah, you're the leader of the points right now by quite a bit. So, second
Yeah,
place
I'm
is
aware.
not a bad spot for you right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely yeah, I pay attention. That's why I was happy to get that fastest lap. I got that point, and then I got a good points gap. I want to kind of protect that because yeah, so um yep, I'm definitely keeping an eye on that because I'm gonna need those points, I think. So just keep making those.
Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's second place?
Yeah, thanks my teammates, Third Wave Motorsports, Grace and Jade Photography for their help. Jerry and Ray was here tonight. I know I think they had some issues on pit road or something, but uh, they helped out too. So yeah, thanks to the league making it fun, and thanks for doing the broadcast and making that fun too.
Well, congratulations on P2 tonight, and we'll see you. I'm sure we'll see you again because we've seen you up here quite a bit this season.
Yep, I hope so. We'll see.
All right, you have a good night.
Yep, see ya. Thanks.
Yep, take care.
All right. Then we've got the man with the master plan that managed to outrun everybody else every lap of the race tonight, Mr. Keaton Tripp.
Yeah, I got you.
How's it going, sir?
Very good. Very tired.
Yeah?
Yeah, I told you everybody's happy when they cross that start finish line here at Watkins Glen to have it done and over with.
When I saw 60 laps, I was like, "Oh gosh."
Well, and
like,
see,
why can't it be 45 or something?
I was actually a little confused when I heard it was 60 because on the listing it says 90. So
That would have been even worse. Oh man, that'd be a full freaking cup race right there.
so
We'd be here till 12.
So 60 laps, you led every single one of them. You ended up with a gap of almost 15 seconds over second place. You had a heck of a start at the beginning of the race. And you almost put it in the wall at the end of the race.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end I was trying to do a little drift to the line to show off a little bit and about wrecked it. About took myself out there, but I think I had a good enough gap. If I would have looped it, it probably still would have crossed the line. But in first, that's why I tried to pull that dumb shit. But it was yeah, it was fun. I mean, I love racing road courses with NASCARs. It's always a fun challenge, and uh, you're more racing the track than racing people. You're it's so challenging, and once I saw I got the pole there, I knew I had a good shot at winning tonight. Cause if I could just not make any mistakes and hold pace and make it as hard as possible for anyone behind me to pass me, I knew they'd wear their tires out and I could just start pulling away, and that's pretty much what I did tonight. And yeah, it just went perfect uh, through the whole race. Executed pit stop right, and came on top. Came out on top.
Yeah, you did also move up 3 spots in the standings up to 4th after
Oh,
this win
really?
tonight. Also, by the way, yeah,
Yeah,
the points are already up, so I was looking at it.
that's nice. Yeah, I've been inconsistent as hell this year. I feel like I either wreck or finish in the top 5. I think I wrecked at Atlanta last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
there was
think
only 6 cars. You did a pretty good job. There's only 6 cars left on the lead lap after this race, and the gap was, besides you and Adam, everybody else is 40 seconds or farther back.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam was putting up, I mean, he was on my ass for damn near probably 20 laps there. Yeah, he was kind of worrying me. I was just trying not to make a mistake there. Because I knew if he'd get the lead, it'd be hard to get back by him. So I just wanted to make sure I kept that lead the whole night.
well, and you definitely did
Yeah, that was
that.
a good job, man.
Definitely did that. So, well, on top of winning, you also got driver of the day per the votes of the chat. So, congratulations on that.
Sweet.
Yeah, Mama Nikki, Terry, and Rylan voting for you.
Thank you guys.
So congratulations on that. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for your P1 tonight?
Well, obviously, thank you, Rylan, Dad, and Mom for the votes. Thank Austin, Andrew, my teammates, and you guys putting on the races, the broadcasts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Ready to go back at it tomorrow on truck. See if we can sweep the weekend or the week.
And we've
Not the
got
weekend yet.
Michigan in 2 weeks. What's your thoughts on that track?
Well, I love Michigan because it's me, Austin, Andrew, and Rylan's home track that we go to every year to go watch the real cars. So hopefully we can
These
all get
are
a
real cars. We're watching real cars right now.
yeah, they feel like real cars. Good God, that was a challenge tonight. Holy shit, freaking arms hurt so bad. But yeah, hopefully we can come out on top next at Michigan. It always is a special place to us. Uh, yeah, we've been going there for probably 15 years, probably. So
Well,
it'd be
the,
cool
Yeah, it's a
to.
the
good track. I've been going there for about 20. Great track.
Yeah, yeah, I love Michigan.
with the way that you guys have been racing tonight, you'll either be in first or you'll be crashed out with half your team.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we don't wreck each other at Michigan if we're all fighting for it. So, which no promises on that. You get Austin up there, he gets a little crazy sometimes.
Well, I was gonna say, when is Austin gonna come back to the team, or is he no longer gonna be coming back at all?
He was supposed to tonight, and he forgot to change his paint scheme. So we were doing burnouts together there. So
I saw him come through and knock you out onto the wall there at the end.
yeah, he tried to catapult me. He tried to get me over the catch fence into the stands there.
Yeah,
Well,
he had a good run with Aiden. Aiden was on his tail for a while. He had a good race. We were watching them for a while too. They had a pretty close battle there at the end.
Yeah, he ran good tonight too. I think he was running behind Richard there for a while, and I think he said he spun out, but he must have maintained 4th the rest of the night, so it's a good finish for him.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on P1. Congratulations on Driver of the Day. And maybe we'll see you up here again tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're gonna try it. See if we can get the sweep. So.
All right, sir. Well, you have yourself a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep, you guys too.
Yep. Congrats on the win, man. Good run.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Well, Mr. Sanu, any final thoughts?
No, I hope I didn't booger up your broadcast too badly.
Oh, no.
Tainted.
In fact, it was probably better because of the gaps and stuff. You were able to fill in where I couldn't because everybody was spaced out. So there wasn't a lot for me there wasn't a lot of like racing going on. So you were given the other aspects. So it actually helped out in my opinion. So I thank you for coming up here and spending some time up here in the booth with me.
No, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's unfortunate that I'm, because of work, not able to race anymore during the week at this point for a while. But I'm happy to come out and be a part of it. I was here. I was like one of the OG members when Hal and Vernon first started this whole thing. So I've always there's always been a special place in my heart for this league because this is where I learned how to race. And when I started out and didn't know anything about racing, so I know just a little bit more now. But yeah, so if I can help come up and help contribute a little bit, man, I enjoy it.
And I have no problems with you coming up here because, like I say, you give. It's like when Vern comes up, or any of you guys come up with the more technical stuff that I'm not fully aware of because I don't know as much as you guys. You guys have a lot more hours than I do in this game, so definitely appreciate the experience and the insider knowledge that you guys can add to the broadcast. So.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's my pleasure. I enjoy doing it. So I plan, unless something happens to where I'm not able to get shut down early enough, but typically I am because I usually run my days early out here. I'm usually shut down and have time to get this all set up. And I still have a couple tweaks with a couple things with of course, it didn't shut down. It only shut down the one time, so we're good. She got a little hot the first time I started this thing up because of the way I had it situated. But yeah, I plan to be here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to help you out for sure, man, moving forward.
All right.
Until I can get it, until the occasional times, like a couple weeks ago, I was coming through town where I live and I was able to park it, come in and hop on and race. Well, the first time I couldn't because my computer fried. So I have a brand new computer now that I was able to race the next week after the purchase of a new one. So, but yeah, other than that, man, I have no problem coming up. I enjoy, like I said, anything I can help out with the league and help out you with the broadcast and stuff. I mean, I'm no nation. I understand that. So I come in with a.
I don't think anybody can match Nation.
Or wants to.
True. Very true.
But yeah. So yeah, I expect to be up here throughout the weeks until you tell me, all right, I think your services are no longer needed. But yeah, no, I had fun. Like I said, it's a chance for me to, like I said, I can't race with the league. At least I can come in and do this. I get to watch the race and comment and stuff like that. So cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I appreciate you letting me come up and do it.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, on behalf of WFO Motorsport or WFO Racing, WFO Motorsports, WFO Racing, RGC Motorsports, this has been Twisted Tuesday Xfinity Series from the WFO Racing League. I am Sir Brazen Bull. I've been joined tonight by the one and only Jon Snu. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Make sure to hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can join us again, get notified when we come back, which will be tomorrow night for the trucks. And then we will be off for Thanksgiving. So if this is your last night here with us this week, hopefully you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow and later on, everybody.
Bye.